So, at the beginning of the movie, we see a boy named Eden who was sleeping peacefully in his apartment when he suddenly wakes up to a strange sound. Hearing this, Eden becomes extremely frightened and tries to look out through a small hole in his door, but he sees no one outside. He then turns on his TV, but the TV signal is completely out of reach, while an emergency warning is constantly playing on the screen. Eden was puzzled by how the signal suddenly went out and why such an emergency warning was being sent. While he was still thinking about this, he hears people screaming outside. He immediately runs to his balcony and is completely stunned. He sees people running around in panic. It seemed as if someone was trying to catch them. Eden was so confused that he couldn't understand what was going on outside when suddenly he saw a helicopter crash into a nearby building. Seeing this unfold before his eyes, he was stunned. Then he noticed a little girl below, seemingly lost in the crowd. Seeing her, Eden started shouting for help. But the next moment, the little girl started attacking the people around her and biting them in a very strange manner. After seeing this, Eden's eyes were completely opened. He was convinced that everyone in this city was becoming zombies. Terrified, Eden quickly left the balcony and went back to his apartment. He saw a man enter his house at the same time trying to save his life. Seeing him, Eden became extremely frightened, thinking he was a zombie too. It was actually Eden's neighbor who told him, "Don't be afraid, I'm not a zombie." Emotionally, he said, "All my friends have turned into zombies and attacked me, but I ran into your house to save myself." Then Eden's neighbor asked for the bathroom. Eden showed him the way. As he turned toward the bathroom, Eden saw a zombie bite mark on his neck. Seeing this, Eden knew that he too would soon be transformed into a zombie. So for his own safety, Eden picked up a knife. A little while later, when his neighbor came out of the bathroom, he saw the knife in Eden's hand and realized that Eden was going to kill him, thinking he was a zombie. So he told Eden, "Look, I'm not a zombie." As soon as he said this, his eyes changed and turned red. Seeing this, Eden realized that he too had been affected by the virus. Eden then told his neighbor, "Get out of my house quickly or I'll kill you." Reluctantly, his neighbor left, but when he looked through the hole in Eden's door, he saw the zombies attacking his neighbor. Seeing this, Eden felt a sense of unease, and he quickly locked the door. After a while, when the atmosphere calmed down, he sat down and started watching the news. The reporter explained that this dangerous virus had now spread throughout the city. Therefore, anyone who hasn't yet been infected should avoid leaving their building and lock all the windows and doors. Anxiously, Eden tried to call home, but all the lines were busy. When he checked his messages, he found a few messages from his parents. Eden's parents wrote in the message that the virus had spread throughout the city. "Because of this, it may take time for us to get to you, so don't leave the house at all." He spent the evening in his apartment, attending to his parents' concerns. Eden sat on his balcony, watching the scenery outside. The entire city was deserted. Fire and smoke were everywhere. Seeing all this, Eden was devastated and began to wonder how he would survive alone in such conditions. To cope with such circumstances, he placed small notes throughout his apartment so that looking at them would give him courage. He wrote "Day 1" on the mirror. Eden was convinced that this zombie virus could last for several months. Therefore, in these difficult circumstances, he created a safe space in his home so that he could prepare for any upcoming dangers and face them head-on. Days passed like this, and 1 week passed by. At night, he recorded a video on his laptop describing how he was spending his days alone in his apartment. He also tried to call his parents, but the signal was still out. They weren't coming. Over time, Eden began to feel lonely, and one day, when he discovered that none of his taps were running, he was deeply distressed. Furthermore, Eden had run out of food, so he had to survive on small meals. Eden was trapped alone, surrounded by zombies, unaware of what was going on in the outside world. One day, while Eden was looking at something on his laptop, he heard footsteps. He immediately prepared himself with a baseball bat. Then, we see an infected girl enter Eden's apartment through the ventilation holes in the ceiling. Seeing this, Eden hid in a corner to protect himself. When the girl slowly started moving towards his room, he seized the opportunity and attacked her head from behind, killing her instantly. Now that the girl had come through the ventilation, Eden used a surfboard to close the ventilation opening to prevent any more zombies from entering. Days passed slowly, and Eden continued to struggle to survive. One day while he was making another recording, he heard his phone ringing. He quickly answered the phone and saw a voice message from his mother. His mother began to tell him that they were very close to the city and would be reaching there in a few hours. Before Eden's mother could finish speaking, they were surrounded by infected people. For the last few seconds of the voice message, Eden heard his parents' screaming voices, and then the message ended. After hearing this, Eden was convinced that his parents were no longer alive. He began crying profusely, feeling no reason to live his remaining life. He picked up the same baseball bat and planned to escape. As he left the house, he saw a large number of infected people. Then he noticed his neighbor, who was still alive but badly injured, preventing him from attacking Eden. Eden then began searching for a way out of the building, but he couldn't find a way out. With zombies lurking everywhere, Eden realized he couldn't escape through so many infected people. As he approached his apartment, the infected attacked him, but Eden somehow managed to escape, blocking his way into his apartment and placing the refrigerator in front of the door to keep them out, preventing any infected from entering. Now he reluctantly had to spend time in his own home again. Weeks of isolation in the same house had already worn him out. Living in these conditions had become increasingly difficult when suddenly the entire city's electricity went out. Seeing this, Eden was even more deeply shocked and began to wonder how he would live his life. He had no food or water, no signal, and the electricity was gone. Thinking about all this, Eden felt even more alone. Fed up with his life, Eden turned on his laptop and started recording again. Looking into the camera, he said, "Today marks 42 days since the virus spread." He also said, "I've done everything I can to survive in these conditions, but now I can't take it anymore. I haven't eaten or drunk water for the last 2 days. That's why it's better to take my life than to continue living in such a suffocating state." After 42 days of living in these difficult conditions, he decides to end everything. Just as he's about to hang himself, his eyes fall on a building in front of him, where he sees a girl. After so many days, seeing the girl has left him in shock, and he finds renewed hope for life. But then his foot slips from the chair, and he begins to writhe in agony. Luckily, the rope was thin, and it breaks, saving his life. Eden Foreign then goes to the window and stares intently at the girl. Seeing a live, normal girl, he can't believe his eyes, as he's finally seeing a human being for the first time in 42 days. Then the girl also sees Eden, but she quickly closes the window curtains, mistaking him for a zombie. The next day, Eden goes to the window, where he begins to look closely at the girl again. Now, before she can mistake him for a zombie and hide, Eden quickly writes "hi" on a piece of paper and waves at her. Seeing this, the girl understands. She knew Eden was not a zombie, but a human. The girl was overjoyed. From there, Eden told the girl her name through the paper. Seeing this, the girl also revealed her name as Eva. Eva began asking Eden if she had anything to eat or drink. Eden told her, "I don't have anything to eat, but I have plenty of water to drink." Eva saw that zombies had arrived at her door, so she closed the curtain and started to leave. But before leaving, Eden wrote on a piece of paper and asked Eva, "Can we talk like this again tomorrow?" Eva replied, "Yes," and left. Eden survives the night by eating toothpaste. After a while, heavy rain began to fall. Seeing this, Eden placed a container outside to store water and began bathing in the water he had been using for the entire 42 days. Eden's beard had also grown considerably in the 42 days. Therefore, he trimmed his beard and then appeared before the girl. Eden tied a rope to a ball and threw it at Eva, which she caught. Then Eden tied 2 water bottles to the rope and pushed it towards Eva. However, the bottles hit the grill in front of him with great force, which a zombie below heard. The zombie began climbing straight towards Eva's apartment. Eden then spotted the zombie. To distract the zombie, he picked up a bottle and smashed it on the head. Now the zombie had also seen Eden. He became very angry with Eden. After this, the zombie leaves Eva and begins to climb into Eden's apartment to kill him. Eden quickly grabs a baseball bat, and just as the zombie is about to enter Eden's room, Eden beats him to death with it. As night falls, Eden's hunger has reached its peak. He's been suffering from severe hunger, and his stomach has begun to ache. Therefore, he must find something to eat at any cost. He plans to go to his neighbor's house to look for food. As he emerges from his room, he finds his neighbor's corpse lying in front of him. Checking his neighbor's pockets, Eden finds his house keys. But at that very moment, he hears the sound of a large number of zombies approaching. Eden was now in a terrible trap. He couldn't even escape the zombies. But Eden acted wisely, lying down next to his neighbor's corpse and pretending to be one. His trick worked and all the zombies left. After which Eden slowly entered his neighbor's house. As soon as he entered, he saw a girl lying injured on the bed in front of him. But Eden was afraid to approach her. So he hit her with his helmet to check whether she was alive or dead. But the girl didn't move even after the helmet hit her. Seeing this, Eden understood that she was dead. Ignoring them, Eden headed straight for the kitchen, where he found some food. As Eden investigates the house, he finds a lot of items, which he packs into a sack. Just as he's about to leave, an infected zombie attacks him. Before Eden can bite and infect him, Eden hits the zombie on the head with a table lamp, knocking it down. The zombie, now so enraged, pounces on him to eat him. Eden then uses an axe to kill the infected zombie once and for all. As he's about to leave, he sees a large number of zombies standing outside. Eden slowly sneaks into his room, dodging the zombies. Once inside, he quickly takes off his clothes and begins checking his body for any zombie bites. But his body is completely unharmed. He then checks the bag he brought from his neighbor's house, where he finds 2 walkie-talkies. Eden decides to give one of these to Eva so she can communicate with him through voices. Eden then fashions a rope from his clothes and begins descending from the balcony. As soon as he reaches the bottom, a zombie approaches him. However, he discovers that there are many zombies standing nearby. Eden then throws one of his walkie-talkies onto Eva's balcony. The infected people hear the sound, and they all begin chasing him. Eden quickly climbs onto a balcony and hides. Because of the darkness of the night, the zombies couldn't see Eden and began to leave. As soon as they left, Eden returned to his apartment. The next day, Eva began talking to Eden on a walkie-talkie. Eden was overjoyed to hear Eva's voice on his own. Eden then told Eva, "I haven't eaten anything in 3 days. I'm so hungry I can't control myself." Then Eva added, "I've been hungry for the past 2 days too." After this, the two of them started talking a lot. They talk. Their conversation is so long that it's night. After which, Eva says, "It's night now. I'm going to sleep." With that, she cuts off contact with Eden. Now, when Eden can't bear the hunger anymore, he finally decides to explore the building to find food. He opens the same ventilation in his bathroom from where the zombie girl had entered his room. As he continues, he finds the corpse of an infected person who likely died from lack of oxygen. The sight of it frightens Eden terribly. But then somehow, he musters up his courage and continues onward. He's now reached his neighbor's bathroom, but as he lands on the ground, he sees a long trail of blood. Following the trail, he pulled back the curtain and found no one there. Eden slowly began to investigate the house thoroughly, and when he reached the kitchen, he found a large amount of food. He then contacted Eva and told her, "I found a lot of food." Hearing this, Eva became angry and asked, "How did you go into that house without asking me? Your life could be in danger." Eden replied, "Don't worry, there's no one there." Eva then began to say, "I want to come to you too." But Eden tried to convince her, "Don't come to me right now. You could be in danger that way. I'll bring you back safely when I leave this house." Eva then relented and told Eden to take care of herself. Now that Eden has gotten his food, he thinks about going back to his apartment. Just then, he notices a large hole in the wall in front of him, and as he approaches the tunnel, he senses someone nearby. As Eden turns around, an old man is standing behind him, holding a sharp tool. They both look at each other and realize they are not zombies. The old man lowers his weapon and asks Eden, "What are you doing here?" To which Eden replies, "I just came here looking for food." Then he asks Eden, "Who were you talking to on the walkie-talkie?" Eden lies, saying, "I was just talking to myself to motivate myself." By now, the old man had become quite friendly with Eden and told him he could eat as much as he wanted. The old man then offered Eden some food on a plate. Having been hungry for days, Eden began eating it, not even considering the possibility that something might be in it. After a while, the old man asked Eden to get him a bottle from the cupboard. But as Eden turned to pick it up, the old man suddenly struck him hard on the head, knocking him unconscious. Upon regaining consciousness, he found himself facing an infected woman. The zombie woman was tied up. Terrified, Eden wanted to run away. But then he realized his hands were also tied. The old man then began to tell Eden that this woman was his wife, who had now become infected. He continued, "I love my wife very much, and I don't want to lose her under any circumstances, and my wife has been hungry for a week. But today her hunger will be satiated because I'm going to cook you a meal for her." The old man then offered Eden some medicine, telling him to take it. "This will make your body numb, so you won't feel any pain when you die." Eden, however, was not going to do such a thing. He flatly refused, telling the old man, "Your wife won't be able to live like this. And look, she's screaming for death. So now you should kill your wife and free her from this hellish life." But the old man's mental state had completely deteriorated. So he tells Eden to quietly take the medicine, or he knows other ways to make him unconscious. But Eden still refuses. As soon as he does, the old man goes to get his tool to make Eden unconscious. Eden's fear is palpable. He thinks, if I don't do something here soon, I'll be killed. So he somehow frees himself and hides behind the door. Just as the old man comes to attack Eden, Eden cleverly grabs him and pushes him into his wife. Afterward, the old man's wife grabs him and starts biting him hard. Here, Eden leaves them, closes the door, packs his things, and heads for his apartment. When Eva informs him via walkie-talkie that infected people have entered his apartment, Eden quickly rushes to Eva's apartment to rescue her. As soon as Eden reaches the balcony of his apartment, he sees Eva. He sees that she is trapped there, with no way out. Immediately, Eden makes a large rope out of clothes to save Eva. He attempts to climb down using it, but falls to the ground. Hearing the sound of the fall, an infected person rushes towards him to attack him. To save himself, Eden picks up a short gun and kills the infected person. However, the gunshot is heard by numerous zombies in the building. They all jump off the building to eat Eden. To save himself, Eden runs straight to Eva's apartment. Eva also hangs a large cloth from above. Eden uses the cloth to climb up. But then, an infected person also grabbed the cloth and began climbing behind it. Eden, acting smartly, stopped on the balcony directly below Eva and quickly cut the cloth with a knife, causing the infected person to fall from a great height and die. Eva then jumped to Eden, and they were finally reunited. Eden declared, "It's not safe to stay here. If we stay here, the infected will soon catch us." They both proceeded to escape and prepare to fight the zombies. When they reached the door to the room, they cleverly opened it and hid behind it. As soon as the door opened, some infected people entered the room in anger. They took advantage of this opportunity and escaped. Eden also broke the door lock so that the zombies who had entered the room to kill them could not come back out to attack them. They managed to escape. However, while climbing upstairs, a zombie suddenly attacked Eden. A lengthy fight ensued between the two, causing them to fall down the stairs. Then Eva seized the opportunity and killed the infected. After doing so, they began to head back towards their room, killing several zombies along the way. Eden was now very close to his apartment, and just as they were about to enter their room, a very powerful infected zombie appeared from behind. Here, Eden, fearing for his own life, drags Eva inside the room and begins to fight the powerful infected himself. After a while, Eden, panicked, quickly enters the room, locks the door, and places the refrigerator in front of it to prevent the infected from breaking through. Eden then begins to tell Eva to stay away from him and, holding a baseball bat, demands that she kill him because he's infected. He says, "I'm going to lose control very quickly, and I don't want to harm you after I'm infected. So you have to kill me." But Eva refuses to do so, as Eden had risked her life to save her. When Eva refuses to kill Eden, Eden decides to take his own life by jumping off the building. Eden tells Eva to go to his neighbor's house through the ventilation shaft, where she'll find plenty of food. Before jumping, Eden removes his t-shirt and examines his body. He finds no bite marks. This means he wasn't bitten by a zombie. His joy is unbound. The two embrace, and they will now survive together in this building until the zombie virus is eradicated. This concludes the story. For more movie explanation videos like this, write next movie in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.